Welcome to Road Atlanta. We're in Brazelton, Georgia for the first round of the 2009 Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup. Today it's the Mini Challenge at Road Atlanta. Hello again, everyone. I'm Rick Benjamin. Elliot Forbes Robinson joins me topside again this season. Derek Pernissiglio back again this year with our coverage on pit road. Very exciting 2008 season in the Mazda MX-5 Cup. Elliot, a lot of new features this season.
Well, there is, and we have some new drivers. Some never run pro races, one starting up front. Actually, there's a few starting up front. And we have a new tire, the BF Goodrich this year. It's a little different, it's a little faster, it's a little harder to work with, a little different diameter, so the guys are going to have to learn to work with. I think it's going to be very exciting.
Just changing things in the mix to make for an even more exciting season of competition. Well, let's meet one of the new drivers who's going to start on the pole here today. He's with Derek.
Thanks, Rick. EFR, it's good to see you again, and you're absolutely right. Lionel Kent makes his SCCA Pro Racing debut on the pole, and Lionel, how exciting of a moment is this for you?
Oh, Derek, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. I'm just so thrilled to be out here racing in the Playboy MX-5 Cup. Mazda just puts on a great show. I've kept up with the series for 3 years, and honestly, everything I've been doing for the past 13 years has finally come to fruition, and I just got to thank eData Solutions and Mazda for the opportunity to be here.
It's your first race. You're on the pole. You've got a full field behind you. Can you hold them off?
Well, with the help of my teammates, Alara Racing puts on a great program. The cars are phenomenal. Ken Murillo knows car setup like no other, and I've got my teammates, Ara Malkashian and Justin Piscatel, right behind me. So we're planning on keeping the yellow cars up front.
Guys, Lionel Kent starts on the pole today.
And he is brimming with confidence, but a first-year driver leading this field of 22 to green could be pretty challenging. All right, let's get the command, put our field in motion to begin the new season here at Road Atlanta.
Mazda racers, start your engines.
Command being given by a couple of our playmates here, the Motors Fire, down on pit road. 2.5 miles, a dozen corners, one of the fastest, wildest places we go to.
Well, it is, and you know, amazingly enough, it is one of the courses where drafting is more important than most places they go to. It's worth a second to a second and a half a lap here, so it really helps out.
Yeah, bump drafting, one of the things that SCCA officials told these guys a year ago to be careful of, and they warned them again here this weekend. All right, Ken on the pole, his team owner Ara Malkashian alongside in car number 11. Second row, Mark Jenkins, the Traxxas machine from Texas. And there's young Justin Piscatel.
And Justin is a great young man who won the Mazda Challenge, got an opportunity to come here and got a sponsored ride for the year in the MX-5 Cup. Excellent program by Mazda.
Young driver who wants to make this his full-time career. Brett Smurs will be in the fourth row alongside Chris Rhodes. Smurs we met a year ago, great story. Zach Fly, another newcomer. Mike Jenkins out of Texas starting back in row number 5. They show you the remaining rows here. Jeff Mosing, Rick Makey, a couple of newcomers. Harrison Williams out of Texas. He's been around the series before. Stan Wilson, a newcomer. Bob McCallion from California also has raced with us before, as has Tim Probert. Al Kaiola, a newcomer, as is Mark Hoover. Brian Audet, Randy Hale from Connecticut. He's a series veteran, lines up back in 20th spot. And then our final couple of starters, Michael Vitarelli. Now, young Nick Mancuso, he is from the Chicago area, from a racing family. He was put to the back of the field after notching a very good qualifying time.
You know, there's some things that they're going to have to really worry about during this race here. And I think the draft is probably the most important thing they're going to have to do, is use it well, because it's going to get you to the front. They're going to have to avoid incidents, because if you get knocked off the road here, you may never get back in the draft again. And the positioning in the front group for the last laps, boy, if you can be in the top 5, anybody in that group has a shot at the win.
All right, before we get started today, let's check back in with Derek down on pit road.
Well, Rick, right before we go green, wanted to let you know that there's only 7 drivers in the field today that were in this race last year. Robert McCallion, Tim Probert, Ara Malkashian, the Jenkins brothers, Brett Smurs, and Harrison Williams. Those were the only guys that ran this race last year. So the field is mostly comprised of rookies and first-time racers. So there's a strong possibility we're going to see a first-time winner in victory lane today.
We'll see how it plays out, Derek. Green flag is in the air. We're underway. Glad to have you with us for the new season of Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup Racing. They fan out 5 wide into turn 1.
Boy, that's awesome. You know, and the guys are going to work with their teammates if they can, because they can trust them that they're not going to do anything stupid to them.
Plenty of action out of turn number 1. Lionel Kent, the first-timer from Powell, Tennessee, his first ever pro race, being chased by the boss, Ara Malkashian from Sonoma, California there in car number 11 as we start downhill and head to the S's here at Road Atlanta.
S's are a great place at Road Atlanta. You know, you go blind there. It doesn't show it on the TV, but it is blind coming over the top of that hill and into this 5. Now, 5 is very important corner because it comes onto an uphill straightaway, and it's really important to carry speed onto this straight.
Got a good battle going on for third. Mark Jenkins. Oh, one car way offline and off the racetrack. Back behind that battle for third. A couple of cars fan out a couple of positions wide. Single file up front at the moment, but we've got one car in trouble as they head toward the backstretch. Leaders moving out of the backstretch. Here's another look. Nick Mancuso, Elliott.
Yeah, he got across that curb, and it just threw it. He just made one wrong connection after another. Boy, it hit the wall pretty hard, too.
The Lake Forest Sports Cars machine, Nick Mancuso, had to start at the rear, qualified well. He was put to the back for a rules infraction. Now up front, Aram Alkazian going by Lionel Kent, his teammate in the draft, to take the lead.
Yeah, that's where the draft comes in here, and now these teammates can work together. They can start. It doesn't look like that's going to happen long, though.
Mark Jenkins in that Traxxas car, the 25 on the inside, moving to second spot now. Great five-way battle up front. You've really got 10 cars in a bundle there.
Yeah, it is. Mark Jenkins had some reasonable races last year. This is the best I've seen him run, and this is awesome to see him running up front like this. He's getting away, too. Those guys are pulling out just a little bit on Kent.
Running order, top of your screen. Keep track of where your favorite drivers are. Mark Jenkins in second. Alkazian is the leader. Lionel Kent to the inside, wants second back and gets it.
So much for pulling away from them. He's right back in there. And, you know, the draft here and how you get off a corner, these cars carrying speed is the most important thing.
That white number 7, Dean Copeland, started back in 6th position. He's from Bowie, Maryland. He's gotten back to that spot now behind Mark Miller in the orange and blue Mazda Owners Club machine. Miller's the guy who was an engineer out of Holland, Michigan for Team MER. Gets a chance to drive the race car all season long. Qualified well, solidly in the top 5. And how about trouble? Brett Smurs gets out of shape. One car gets into the wall. That's Copeland's machine. Copeland into the tire barrier. Several people tag him as he goes up the hill. The corner worker just losing it there as he watched that wild wreck right in front of him. All the action happening at turn 5 here. That's got to bring out at least a local yell. Let's have another look at what happened. Some wild action in the early going here at Road Atlanta in the opener for the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup. Brett Smurs got over the grass and out of shape. Fought to catch it. Meantime, behind him, Copeland just slammed the tire barrier.
Yeah, Copeland must have been not watching where he wanted to go. He was watching the car in front of him. And, you know, when Smurs' car came completely off the ground there, and that's more or less what happened to Nick. Here he comes up, hits that, across the track. He was lucky he wasn't hit by anybody else.
Wow. Dean Copeland in the 7. We were talking about how well he was doing. Caught up a couple of other cars. Brett Smurs' machine involved. I think that's Jeff Mosing there in the 31 as well out of Austin, Texas. So lots of action here. We stay green, at least for the moment. The two Alara cars up front. Alkazian leading the race.